I think fresh flowers, there's just nothing like them. You know, they're the perfect gift. Like, you give someone chocolate, and if they're on a diet, they can't eat it, you know?
Right.
But everyone loves flowers.
Who's gonna say no to flowers?
Right? Yeah.
Today we're out in South Jordan, Utah to talk to Fawn Ruker about her flower farm and to get some tips about starting a cut flower garden of your own. I'm so grateful that you're having us out here today. Why did you start a flower farm? How did that happen?
Oh, I wanted to grow vegetables for my kids. I've got a big family, lots of boys, they eat a lot, and so I just thought it would be fun to have this vegetable garden. And I was looking at all these beautiful like potagers with flowers all around them, and I thought, oh, I'm gonna do a cutting garden for me. The other thing I love is farmers markets. And since moving to Utah, I really missed not being able to buy local flowers at the farmers market. I started growing them, and I thought, you know what, I could be the person taking these to the farmers market.
And the name of your flower farm?
My flower farm is called Sago Lily Flower Farm. I love talking about cut flowers and growing them. Lots of people think, oh, I've got to be a flower farmer, but for most people it's going to be so much more manageable just to grow some cut flowers along with their vegetables.
What is a cut flower?
So a cut flower is a flower that will last. Usually 5 to 7 days is what we hope for. The other thing that we look for is that they have long stems so that we can arrange them in a vase. And some of the things that you want to think about as you start a cut flower garden is where to put them. They like lots of sun, they need ample water.
Okay.
So if you have like a square foot garden, you could take one of your boxes and just put flowers in there, and they're going to be really happy there. Lots of people think, oh, well, they're flowers, I want to put them in my front yard. It's so hard to rob your front yard of all that color. So putting it somewhere in the backyard where you don't mind cutting the blooms is important.
Identify the location. What's the next step?
Just prepare the ground really well, add compost. Most flowers like lots of nutrients, and keeping it weed free. Starting with your best foot forward. Drip irrigation is great because it keeps water off the blooms. There's some blooms that will be damaged by having moisture on them, and so it just keeps them a little bit more pristine.
So the next question that I have is about succession planting. How should I do that?
You plant a little bit each week. So if you know they only bloom for a couple of weeks, you know, every 3 weeks you plant a new crop.
Is there like a term for like how long they bloom?
Flowers are grouped into different groups. Like zinnias are considered cut and come again. And the more you cut them, the more they bloom. Dahlias are like that. Cosmos are like that. And then you have the other end of the spectrum is sunflowers, where you plant one seed and you get one bloom. You know, sunflowers you'd want to succession plant almost every week if you want lots of sunflowers through the season.
So we've talked a little bit about zinnias. Are they a really good flower to start with in a cut flower garden? What other kinds are there?
Some other great varieties are Cosmos.
Okay.
They're really easy to grow and they get tall. You can start them from seed right in your garden. Another good one is sunflowers because of the same thing. You can just stick it in the soil and it'll sprout. You want to find varieties that get nice and tall so that you can cut them and they'll be long enough to fit in a vase.
Okay, so that's a really good point.
Yeah.
How tall are you looking for these flowers to be?
I would say anything at least 18 to 24 inches is probably a good place to start. A lot of cut flower varieties will get to 3-4 feet tall though.
Wow, wow.
Yeah. A lot of plants benefit from something called pinching. It's just basically when they're about maybe 6 to 12 inches tall, you give them a little snip in the middle and then it'll make them branch. This is really helpful because some plants that will get like 8 feet tall and with like stems this big, but if you pinch it, then you get like 8 stems that are a good size for a bouquet.
Size. Okay.
Yeah.
Are there some flowers that do really well with pinching?
Dahlias are one that you always want to pinch.
Okay.
Cosmos is good to pinch too. celosia, amaranth.
Okay. Talk to me a little bit about the life of the bloom when it's in the vase.
Of course, you want it to last a long time, right? And so one of the best things you can do is start with a clean vase. Like a lot of people will be like, oh, I'll just put it, yeah. I know.
I don't know who those people are.
So many people are guilty of this.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so if you think of a stem kind of like a bunch of little straws, bacteria can clog those little straws and then it can't take up water and they die sooner.
Okay.
So it's kind of like just making sure that those little straws stay clear. Clean water, clean vase, like a vase you can drink out of.
Okay.
So that is a good rule of thumb. Would you drink out of it?
I will try.
Make sure all the leaves are taken off the stem, because if you have any little green bits in your water, that can breed bacteria. And then just keeping the water filled. Fresh flowers drink a lot, and so you just want to make sure you don't like forget to give them more water in a few days.
Does light and temperature make a difference?
The warmer your house is, the shorter they're probably going to live.
Okay.
And the same thing with being in direct sunlight. They're just going to demise a little quicker. Floral preservative really does help. It has an antibacterial in it, and then it has a little sugar in it too, just to keep them happy, just like all of us are a little happier with sugar.
Certainly.
Yeah.
Very, very true in my case, for sure.
Me too. It's just such a nice thing. It's not going to clutter up your home. They're beautiful, and then you can let them go. They're just a joy, and people feel happier. I really believe that people feel happier. At the beginning of COVID is when we started our spring flower subscription. People were so grateful to have that like little bit of joy and little bit of like beauty in their home during that stressful time, that it made me love what I do even more, because it's just such an emotional thing to like be able to spread beauty.
It is. That's a really good way to put it. Thank you so much for sharing with me these tips about starting a cut flower garden, and also for sharing your love for honestly probably the most beautiful things nature makes with your community. That's a really beautiful thing. Thank you.
Thank you.
I hope you've enjoyed these tips and seeing Fawn's beautiful flower farm. If you like this video, and I hope that you do, please like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And also check us out on Facebook and Instagram. And if you're looking for more information about cut flowers or cut flower gardens, check out our blog post on pbsutah.org/moderngardener. There's much more information there. And if you really, really like this video, please consider donating to PBS Utah. There's a link to donate in our description below. It's viewers like you that make videos like this possible. For Modern Gardener, I'm Lizzie Brousseau.